Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's recipe is Easter bun or spiced bun, which is a lovely rich sticky dough filled with lots of spices, dried fruits, mixed peel and Guinness or malt. So it's got a nice kind of subtle saltiness to it. It's really nice, and it's always baked around Easter time. So here we go. To start with our ingredients, we have some flour, brown sugar, we have some Guinness, mixed spices, some ginger that's been grated, mixed peel, cherries and raisins, also a little orange, butter, yeast, sugar, salt, molasses and an egg. To begin with, we want to put our pan on the heat and we want to add the sugar along with the butter. Let that start to melt down. It's going to start to caramelize a little bit. Then we want to add in our molasses or treacle. That works just as well. It's going to smell really nice and rich when the sugar starts to kind of burn slightly. Let that start to bubble down. Then we want to add our Guinness. If you don't want to use anything alcoholic, you can use malt. It works just as well. So just pour that straight into the pan. It's going to react a bit with the sugar, so don't worry. Give that a whisk. As you whisk it, you want to feel that the sugar is starting to dissolve into the liquid and that there isn't any crystallizing of the sugar. Once it's got like this, you want to just take it off the heat and leave it to cool. So now we want to prepare our dry ingredients. So in the bowl first, we're going to add our flour, followed by our cinnamon, nutmeg and mixed spice, our baking powder, salt, and then just give that a mix through. Next we want to add our fresh ingredients. So we've got the raisins going in, or sultanas, we have our ginger, and then we have our mixed peel and our cherries, which I'm just going to roughly chop up first. Drop those in. Then we want our orange zest, so we're just going to grate that and then drop it into the bowl. Keep the orange because we're going to use the juice later. Give that a mix through again. Make sure that everything is evenly distributed in the flour, and then just set it aside for a second. Our Guinness mix should be nicely cool now. We just get a bowl. We want to add in our egg, and then we want to add the Guinness mix that's cooled. We have to cool it first so that the egg doesn't scramble from the heat. Once all that liquid is in there, just give it a whisk. And that's done. So I just want to juice this orange real quick because we're going to add the juice in shortly. We're going to add the orange juice into the Guinness mix with the egg, and then we want to add in the yeast. We're just adding this in here so that it can dissolve into the liquid and actually start to activate. We also want to add our vanilla, then just give that one final whisk. Our two main components are prepared. Now we can actually assemble this dough. I'm going to pour in all of this Guinness mix. It looks like a lot, but honestly, it will come out absolutely fine. So just give that a mix in and make sure that all of the fruit is mixed through evenly until you get a lovely mix like this. So I've just got a tin here that I've prepared with some baking paper, and then you want to just pour in all of that mix, every single drop, and then once it's in the pan, just smooth it off a little bit like this. And that is it. That is ready to be baked. So I'm going to put this in the oven for about an hour to an hour and 20 on 150°C, but again, depends on your oven. Here we have it. Here is our bun. So it's just risen up lovely, like a kind of bready cake. It's in between both, I would say. So just to finish it, we want to make a glaze. So I'm going to use some molasses again. So just drop the molasses into the pan, add a little water, and then just bring it up to a boil and then reduce it. So it should look like this. It will be a lot thicker. So once you take it off the heat, just pour that glaze over the top and then brush it to make sure that it covers the whole surface of the cake. And that is the bun done. So I would just let this sit for a bit before we slice it, and then it's ready to serve. Here we go. Wow. Oh my goodness. Absolutely amazing. And the only way, the best way that you have to serve this is of course with some cheese. So I've just got some really nice, thick, mature cheddar slices here I'm gonna have with this bun. And that is it. So I hope you like this one, guys. Until the next time, peace and love.